Ryan International School, Noida, Uttar Pradesh. For the jury, it's page number 49.
A very good morning to our respected jury, the organization, engineering watch, and all friends. It's indeed my privilege to be presenting activities and curriculums that we follow in school on this platform, and it's a great opportunity to learn as well. This is Ryan International School, Noida, incepted in the year 1992, has taken up a progressive journey of 20 years. While introducing the school, it will be very fair not to mention on some of the achievers of the school that you can see enlisted. However, as Ryan talks about excellence in education and education for all, I would like to mention that these achievers emerged through as winners ultimately, going through various competitions and various levels, but the activities that Ryan has started for the entire group as well. Then coming on to some of the students who made it at the national levels, both in scholastic and co-scholastic activities. You can see through. Very proudly, I would like to mention, looking into the constraint of time, not mentioning about anybody else, but Arjun Vajpayee, the youngest climber of Mount Everest, who happened to be from Ryan, Noida, now in Alumni, and still on his climb to yet another mountain, Makalu. God willing, he will summit tomorrow. This is the vision of Arjun Vajpayee, conquering 14 peaks worldwide, towering over again and again, and he is going ahead in his endeavor. Coming on to the slots that were given to us, excellence in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. There are a lot of activities that the students get on to on project-based learning, along with science exhibitions, which are a part of our school curriculum. Clubs based on various subjects, not only on science but social sciences as well. Well-equipped labs available for the children for chemistry, physics, biology, and computer science. These are the Olympiads, which are regular participation from our children, a glimpse of the latest ones in maths, phonetics, and sciences that I'd like to mention, where we had initially almost the entire class. If I exaggerate to say almost the entire class, 80% of the class that participates, and then children move on to various levels and come forward as achievers. I'd like to mention Ansh Goyal, who had his national 19th position at the National Maths Olympiad. And that's for science. The black and the darkest ones are for the school comparatively with the others. And here in maths, if you see, the yellow bars are depicting the school performance compared with the rest. Coming on to the sensitivity towards environment, the children in their G12 groups from various classes maintain these parks, the solar park, the flower garden, the Gabi Hog, where the water, the biogas, and the herbal garden is a regular feature where children move in to maintain these. These are some of the clubs of science that are maintained. Science technology based workshops are conducted hands-on experience. You can see the children onto the asteroid making, launch pad of the asteroid science with the astronomy club, the night sky, watching through the telescope, the visit to the Air Force Museum, and the robotic workshop that's taking place. Some more technology with more fun where children participate into the BBN, that is Beyond Breaking News, is a very popular activity where children participate, and then move on to the Iceplex where they make ad films. Coming on to how we have children getting ready for the future is about using the interactive boards in the classes, workshops for children on various aspects of their being ready in the subject as well as on various personalities. The teachers, parents and children work onto a portal, Ryan My School board, .com, which is a platform for communicate and interact with each other. Children get on to various interactive activities which are internationally interacted with each other. As you can see, partnership with international schools such as schools in Germany, France, and through exchange activities as well. Ryan Noida is a recipient of the International School Award 2009-2012, and fortunately we have backed it once again between 2013 to 16. We follow the YE classes, enhancing spoken English, interactive English within the children, and we have almost 230 children participating in that. Coming on to value-centric, which is quite stressed upon within our school. It is with the interaction with the children and the community, and programs like exchanging songs. This is what we can see the music department at Hoshiarpur in Sector 51. These are some games that we are playing at the orphanage, and children exchanging goodies. And then Friday is a day where class-wise a presentation of special theme assemblies where children enact on different values as friendship and love and sharing, etc. through small plays. Various teams are formed, sports activities where we look into sportsman spirit being inculcated with the children, culture and patriotic values being inculcated, platforms, Opinion Model United Nation, which is conducted every year and is hosted by Ryan Noida in the same premises where we are today, where we have almost 117 schools participating, and then a platform of culture of the International Theatre Festival. That's some of the activities which I could wrap up. I apologize for taking up a little more extra time, and by God's grace we are on our journey ahead and look forward. Lots to be done still. Thank you.
Any questions?
Having good command on any language. It is about having first impression as last impression, or is it about giving social values as barter system was there in our society, or what is the difference between competition versus cooperation? What kind of personality development you people are providing to the kids?
Well, sir, personality development, as what you said, is all in all about all these things, and it's about actual holistic development, which is stressed upon in our school, talking about giving knowledge to a student, knowledge along with skill, wrapped up with the values within students, which comes over the time and is not done at any particular year. Maybe once children come into middle section or into science section, it takes place, and it's actually a personality is made when a child is looked after with all these aspects right from the scratch and from the initial stage, and that is our endeavor.
You know, everywhere in our family, in our society, or in our city, or in our country, or in our state, or at international level, there are some bifurcation, like in religion or in relations, everywhere. Even in our families also, that this is bad, this is good. What kind of ability we are inculcating to the students that they can take decision whenever they are performing in their life, that if they are involved in that kind of internal dialogue where they are not able to decide what is right, what is wrong, and as you know, we are bifurcating everywhere in our family, in our society. As far as religion is concerned, because I'm really concerned about my son, that what kind of future we are going to have for our kids. You know, everybody is having cutthroat competition. Everybody is having their own strong beliefs, and they're not ready to leave those beliefs, even if that particular kid is really confused that what my family is teaching, what my school is teaching, what my society is teaching. So that kind of common platform are you providing?
Absolutely, sir. You're right. That a child can get confused when it comes about parent teaching and the school teaching, and when it happens to be contrast. So for that, an integration is required. And when we have interaction with the parents, in case there is a child where the parents feel is totally confused into a situation as to why this. We give platforms where we have people within our school and people coming from outside who let go questions at random, speak on anything. It's not a lecture always that a person from a strong resource comes and speaks. It's the children who are allowed to ask questions, and those questions, they have many questions. They talk about spirituality confusion within their mind. They talk about a lot of recognition within their peer group and the inability to make their position within their peer group and things like that. So when a question is taken up, it is dealt upon, spoken by the resource, help him to swim through, if at all, not necessarily that he has to be academically very, very strong and the hero of the school for getting anything, achieving anything, but if the mind is allowed to be liberal and open, and a lot of platforms are given where the child is able to speak out his mind, and that confidence will help him to go through. Definitely, we don't allow a lot of liberalization. For example, we don't allow things like, for instance, if children are allowed to come in the colored dress on the birthday. So if a child comes in a dress which might not be acceptable in a group where one teacher looks after those 35 children. So we can talk to the child and say, well, you're looking good, it's nice, but then look into it, that these things are worn when you have one-to-one monitoring of your parent when you're going out. But in a school like this, or in a group, avoid wearing dresses of any kind.
In India, we believe in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, but these days, nuclear families are latest tradition. So this is my really great concern.
So yes, you are right. We encourage that right at the stage of our interaction with parent, where we encourage and sort of give preference. Okay, who will be there to receive your child once he gets back home? If there is a working parent, so he says the grandmother or the grandfather. Oh, so you are in a joint family. That's very good, because a child who's looked after, a working couple's child who's looked after by the grandparent is the fortunate one. This is what we highlight, and then we have. Occasions and events like Grandparents' Day, and we talk about it in the assemblies itself.
Yeah, with this final note, this is my great concern that as far as all the schools are concerned, soft skills does not mean only language or personality, how they are dressing. It really means that what kind of patience, what kind of forgiveness, what kind of supportiveness is there in place.
Absolutely, sir.
So, as far as personality development is concerned, we should have a different vertical for this. Nothing is specialism about it.
No.
But we should think about it, that how we can inculcate about this particular area.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll keep that in mind, sir. Thank you, sir.
In this previous presentation also, it was brought out that more and more students are now opting for other streams other than science and technology. Now, first of all, do you agree with that?
Well, sir, yes. As one of my colleagues had said, that the best of the students are taking up humanities. I have my topper, who's a Balshri awardee. He is A1 10 CGPA, perfect 10 CGPA holder, and he had a choice. Not only him, there are 3-4 more who had a choice of taking up any stream, but he's
So-
taken up
so what-
humanities because they're focused.
So what should I tell a child when he says, oh, I don't want to take science, I want to go for some, let us say, accounting,
Yes.
because there is no money in that.
Yes.
What should we tell a child?
Well, money can be at various places, but he should go into it's not about the stream, it's about handling the subject and looking into with what focus they are taking up the subject. And we need to tell the children, whatever stream you take, you must excel in that.
Yeah,
Yes.
in other words, how to make the children decide not on the basis of the future, as far as the money part is concerned, other than their own interest. What can we do in a school?
To help them choose their stream, sir?
Choose the stream
Yes.
on the basis of their genuine interest rather than the external factors.
Sir, see, we cannot omit their performance, especially with the CCE and the multiple examinations that the child undergoes. Because at the senior secondary level, it's about handling the subject. So it's number one, it's about the performance of the child over class 9th and 10th in various subjects. And then there are some children who would have done well maybe at sciences but have an aptitude or want to explore into a subject or are focused towards their future in maybe in the commerce stream. So it's absolutely fine for the child to do it. And those children who show performance at languages and show performance at social sciences, it's quite about all in all, can go in for humanities because maybe the child is very good, and we've seen children, we've seen live examples of children who might not be academically very good in school but are doing very well in life in their own streams, not in their business of the father. It's nothing like a throne that they went and sat at, but they're doing very well in their professions chosen through various streams.
I couldn't actually make out exactly how you're preparing your kids for future readiness, because here you say God's plan, right? So I would like to know the school's plan. Okay.
Ma'am, preparing children for future world and for their future time is through inculcating them into life skills, stressing on that, stressing on values, preparing them on academics.
No, this is what you are sort of, what, as you just said, we know that. One is, how are you preparing them? One is to know and one is to prepare. There are two things.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely,
So I'm
definitely.
just asking you.
We conduct workshops. We conduct events, as I had spoken about some of these events and competitions and platforms that the children go through, which might not be directly academic, but something like I would like to talk about where children participate on competition, which they compete on over the entire country, where they make they're allowed to make small films. Which might be even through their their mobile phones, and it's under different categories. The film that ad film of 2 minutes, which would talk about the commercial ad. It can be a social ad. It can be a futuristic ad. So children get an opportunity to think, imagine, innovate, and get on to a story which they put in those 2 minutes under glimpse, and they're supposed to explain that. And as you've seen that some of our children achieve prizes, and that's also seen through juries where they get on to being independent and handling maybe equipment, science-related equipment, and expression on words and expression on films.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
There is something that I'm really referring to is at the global level, because I think each child anywhere in the world will actually be a part of a global society.
Absolutely, ma'am.
So what is one value that is required to survive?
Ma'am, one value I feel what is required to survive is understanding the other person's perspective at international issues or at your own small elementary level. And we're doing that by platforms given to them of Indian Model United Nations. As I said, is every year it's an annual program in these premises where we had children coming in as delegation from various countries, and international issues are debated upon in various committees over here, and and resolutions are passed or not passed.
So can I join my fellow jury who said that we are missing out on our own country's enrichment? We have the best example of Gandhi.
Absolutely, ma'am. At every various level.
One value
Yes.
who's brought that, could have brought it. I mean, we have so much in our own country. There's so much to learn through peace
Tremendous,
and
tremendous.
non-violence.
Absolutely.
Which obviously bases itself on tolerance.
Absolutely.
So I mean.
So those are issues that are being even debated upon.
No, not only debated, it hasn't even been brought out. We're talking about UN and we're talking about so many other subjects. But what
Definitely,
about
ma'am. In UN, these values that Gandhiji wanted to project are actually the values that need to be taken not only by Indians but at the international
No,
platform.
we know that. All I'm pointing out is that we need to look at our own selves
Surely.
also.
Presentation, you mentioned what is the food program of UNDP, where
That's
a lot
right.
of prizes were run.
Yes, ma'am.
But can you just
Ma'am, it was a beautiful program
What was
in
that?
which it was an online quiz, and every time a child clicked the right answer, 10 grains of rice were allotted at a place. So there were various quizzes and platforms where children all over participated upon, and there would be kilos of these which went to the needy.
okay?
Through the NGOs. It was a very beautiful program, and then when they called children to the UNDP was where there was quizzes on science-based quizzes and
So these quizzes were related to certain specific areas. Were they given in these areas?
They were given areas.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. They were
So
given
how-
areas. Children prepared.
How these collection of you said the grains were given?
Yes,
to
ma'am.
them,
That
so-
was UNDP's initiative. So every time somebody clicked and was right, so the child knew I have donated this.
Okay.
He only knew, and then it went to the NGO.
Okay, it went to the NGOs. Then another thing I just wanted to ask you is that in the schools, sometimes you find you can spot out some very good children, like in a class, 5-10 students you find, or may just few number, and you see a great potential in them, and you can really nurture them well and bring them out to be the best. Some of the schools make some special efforts in doing that. Is your school doing anything in that regard?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. I think many of the schools would be doing it, and so are we. That those stars in various fields are nurtured upon, where we have.
1 minute. You said in various fields.
Yes, ma'am. Maybe
So what are
sports.
those? Okay.
Sports.
Okay.
As I said, the performing arts, as we have. If not every year, alternate year, Balshri Awardee coming through. We have the culture, the writing skills, and the literary. So we have different clubs.
What are the STEM related
Yes,
fields?
the science clubs. For instance, so different staff members looking into their own aptitude and interest and potentials and education background of the staff members are attached with different clubs. So these teachers would then groom these children and come forward with the children who are shortlisted and emerge, participate and prove themselves. And because it's very important, ma'am, for the teachers in the school to be also alert on various platforms that are available. So maybe in our busy schedule, we tend to miss on those. So if it comes through the staff members and the principal, so we are able to provide these platforms where they can go and participate. Sometimes the parents are
Do you
not
find
able
the
to-
efforts giving you results?
Yes,
Have
ma'am.
you seen
Yes, ma'am.
in terms of competitions?
Definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay.
And it's also support from the parent.
Mhm.
That also makes a lot of difference.
Okay.